Hey everyone, Austin from SCHEELS. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of What's Cooking. Today on our Wild Game series, we're going to be making some mule deer brats. I had some leftover jalapenos from our duck jalapeno poppers that we did. If you guys want to check out that video, the link will be in the description as well. So to start off with this guy, we're going to have a mix of 60-40, so 60% mule deer and 40% pork trimmings. I'm going to put it up here in the grinder. I'm going to grind it once and then I'll grind it twice. On the second grind, I'll be throwing in the jalapenos with it, just so I don't have to chop them up. It just makes it a little bit easier and let the grinder do all the work. After it's ground the second time, I'm going to be using the Backwoods LEM Bratwurst mix. This is for 5 pounds, which that's what we're going to be doing here. I'm going to mix it all up. After I get that all mixed, I'm going to add in some high temp cheddar cheese to it, and then we'll get in the stuffer. So let's get started on grinding. With this, I'm just going to be kind of alternating back and forth in between the mule deer and the pork. Use my little stomper here to get it going. This grinder will eat it as fast as you put it in there too. It really helps if the meat is frozen. You don't want it all the way frozen, but the colder it is, the easier it will grind. You can also take this whole tube right here and put it in the freezer. If you know you're going to be doing this the day before, just take it out, throw it in your freezer overnight. And then when you're ready to go, just throw her right on there and get to grinding. We're also using this lug liner right here just to make everything a little bit easier and for cleanup. This frozen piece. Okay, that's everything for the first grind right there. Now I'm just going to take these guys and I'm just going to throw them in here. Just mix them up just a little bit so when I'm going through the grind it's pretty even. And then I'll load up my hopper on the top side. Okay. Got all of that meat out of the lug. Now we're ready for the second grind. So I'm just going to turn this guy back on. And then I'll just slowly just start feeding this through. As you can see, it diced up that jalapeno, no problem. And it helps incorporate it too as well, so you don't have to mix as much. For 5 pounds, we had 3 jalapenos. What I did is I just cut them right in half, and then I took all the seeds out and stuff, just so it wasn't as hot. And then just diced them up and mixed them in. Those 3 jalapenos were about perfect, what we needed too. That was just enough. I just got done grounding that 5 pounds of meat there. I got the jalapenos all mixed in and everything. So now it's just time to add some seasoning. This is for 5 pounds of meat, and we got 5 pounds of meat right here. I'm gonna hold off on the cheese until I get this all mixed in, just so I don't overwork that cheese. If you see a little clump of seasoning in the corner, what I always do is just take a handful of meat and then you can just dab it up and then just throw it right back in. Okay, that looks like it's pretty well mixed right there. You don't have to mix this as much as summer sausage or snack sticks when you're doing this. That looks good right there. I'm gonna just use the leftover cheese from my previous cook here. This is gonna be about a ½ pound of high temp cheddar. Just gonna sprinkle just a little bit to start off with. Then I'll mix that in. Okay, that's partly mixed in. I'm just going to throw a little bit more in there. Okay, that's pretty well mixed in. Now I'm gonna get the stuffer up here, get it loaded, and stuff them in the casings. Okay, I just got the stuffer all stuffed. It fit all 5 pounds right in there, so now it's just time to get these casings on here. So these casings is a natural hog casing, so I took them and rinsed them all off, and then I rinsed on the inside of them as well too, just to make sure you get all the salt off. If you take your fingers and just wet this tube just a little bit, it helps these slide on. And then you'll take these and just slide it all the way back. These you have to be a little bit delicate with. You don't want to break them. Okay, I'm just going to leave just a little tail end there, just enough so I can just tie a knot. I'm just going to do an overhand knot. You don't have to do anything special. I'm going to leave that knot just a little bit loose though, just so that air can escape out if it needs to. And then I'm just going to start stuffing. It's going to tighten that as it goes. These you'll just apply nice pressure to it. We're going to stop right there. I'm going to wet this table just a little bit to help that sausage slide on there. You can also put a cookie sheet down if you do want to. That'll help it slide. And if you get a little bit of air stuck in it, you can just take your knife, and if you just hit that tube, it's going to release all that air out of that tube. If you get these too tight, you won't be able to stuff it. So there's the end right there. I'm just gonna pinch it off, leave enough for the end for me just to tie it off. Okay, this one is all done right here. So to make the brats, what you'll do is you'll just take however long you want it to be. I mean, you can make foot-long ones if you do. I usually just go about the size of my hand, and then you'll just pinch and then twist towards you. This one, what you're gonna do is just do the same thing, pinch, but then this time you're gonna spin away from you, and then you're just gonna go back and forth all the way and make all your brats. I just got these guys all stuffed up so they're ready for the grill or the freezer. If you are going to throw them in the freezer, just make sure you freeze them just a little bit before you vacuum pack them, just so it doesn't squirt out both sides. All the products that we use in this video will be in the description below. If you guys ever want to see us cook anything, just make sure you comment below. We love to hear what you guys want us to cook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.